Well, good morning everyone. Trust you're well, keeping safe. Steph's at A&E with Jackie. She might have done her wrist in. That one's got wife 666 Monster Fix. Certainly no red car. Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West. No Black Panther, Sandringham Serial Killer, Black Wizard Terrorist issue, and the red car's got lie on it. One Big Porky Pie Serial Killer lie, Dismiss and cancel. White Lodge, the local mafia, the local mob. And there is a Volvo there, as always. No Black Wizard here in a Volvo estate. Like Pink says, when you're surrounded by big weak knurtles, knobs, dickheads, hags, liars and evil clowns, I certainly disappear before they come for me. That is a good film pledge. Jack Nicholson, giant of a man called the Wizard, riding round in a black Volvo estate, abducting children and young girls, but no Sandringham serial killer. Black Wizard Terrorist issue, and no Black Panther. Ritual serial killer here. Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham. Norfolk Bacon SS, Windsor Gestapo, the local Nazis, boys in blue. And certainly no Roy Whiten, White Van Man, Christian V. Sandringham serial killer, certainly wasn't me. Did have a 4-man crew in this and a big silver Mercedes-Benz estate car. Did see them coming, so I was prepared. Certainly did get me boxed in. Looked like they were licensed to kill and make a problem disappear. And that one's got maze on it. Plenty of people who'd like to send me to the maze, which really is full of mad monster lies, bogus diagnosis, lethal injections, a very deadly serial killer virus, and they certainly have infected everyone apart from me. So there's plenty of people who want me boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. But again, it's all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder. Certainly not mine. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. And as always, certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. That one's got tough on it. You do have to be tough. And it's always going to be a tough call when it's people all in positions of power, authority and influence, and they're the ones setting you up to take the big fall. And again, all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder, and certainly not mine. And that one's got 23 on it. Very good film, Jim Carrey, number 23, and a very good crime drama, The Suspect. But certainly no mad, deranged, insane, demon possessed. Jekyll and Hyde, number 21 or number 23. Serial killer here. Again, Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham. Really don't think so. That one's got war on it. Certainly is a big war. You really can take a very big hit. So a precision engineered black box serial killer frame fix assassination. Sealed with 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses. Forged in hell, not even Harry Houdini could escape from. And that really is a 22-year catch-22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office. And as always, those who are closest to you are the ones setting you up. You never have to look too far. The apples never fall too far from the tree. So again, you can see my ex-wife, Shay Fraternal, Farron Burson, Big Police Council, Doctor Whom collaboration, Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde host plainclothes lover and a partner, not true detectives, Could have seen Inspector Numbnuts Bunton, Mr. Fixer, Liar Liar, Pants on Fire in the past. And that is a very good film. The Final Girl, Rich Boys Hunting Young Girls for Blood Sport. Castles and Manor Houses, UK's Devil Island, Country Estates. So, certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex-trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area, Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid host, Red Dragons, their High Royal Blue Crime, Case 39, Dr. Sleep, Jack the Ripper crime, certainly not mine, no Here's Johnny here. One Big, Black Axe Hatchet Job, Saw Trap, and again no Beast of Punjab. Bradford, Serial Killer here. And again, to put it all into context, Steve Wright, the Suffolk Strangler, Ritual Killer, 5 girls murdered in Ipswich in 10 days. Some of them were found naked in a satanic pose. Steve Wright also may have been involved in the Ringland murders here in Norwich. He did work in the Norwich Red Light District in the Ferryman pub. Some people did ask if Steve Wright was a ferryman, taking the girls to other people. And Steve Wright, the Suffolk Strangler, Ritual Killer, has just been given another life sentence for the murder of Victoria Hall. 17-year-old girl who was murdered, found naked in a ditch, dating back to 1999. So a crime is a crime whenever it's committed, unless there's a high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, and certainly not mine. Again, see Prince Harry the Spare for details. And cruise on my frame fixed tail in Dis Norwich Southwold, North Norfolk Coast, Derbyshire and the Lake District, all looking to bag a framed fixed black cat. So when you do find yourself in a golden circle, golden dragon, precision engineered, clockwork orange, golden squeeze, certainly it's time to follow your golden compass. Again, they certainly will pay to make you disappear. So sometimes innocent men do have to run, fly, go, disappear, follow your golden compass. And that first flag up there used to have some beach huts on it on the left hand side. So no nut in a Hitchin beach hut, 7 miles from Sandringham, North Norfolk Coast, Sandringham Stock and Strangler. Serial killer here, really don't think so. Police surrounded my frame fixed Skoda, calling for backup. Nicely setting me up as the Black Cat, Copycat, Black Cat of Burston, Son of Sam, Black Panther, Sandringham Serial Killer, really don't think so. And that is a very good film, The ABC Murders, Agatha Christie, where there is a murder in a beach hut. But the man who was set up as the Stock and Strangler serial killer, that's not him at all, that's his aristocracy boss who is committing the murders. And no Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station, mountain bike rapist. Did come out of the forum in Norwich at 8:30 when it closed. Went and had a chat with the other men and women who were homeless at the food stands by Primark and McDonald's. Norwich City Centre, fully on camera. Bike back through Norwich Cathedral grounds, fully on camera. Up to Macehold Heath, overlooking Norwich, where I was parked between 2 cameras outside the cafe. And I was on a woman's black Dutchy bike, not a mountain bike, given away free to a good home on the Burston Gisson Road, Gregson's Two Fishers Art Gallery. And the man following the woman at Norwich train station, younger than me, had a hoodie on. He was on a mountain bike, certainly wasn't me, again on the CCTV footage. So no Peter Cook Cambridge, blonde wig, black rapist mask, no OJ Simpson, black Sandringham serial killer gloves in my backpack, really don't think so. And anyone who saw the CCTV footage of the man following the woman at Norwich train station and knows me could say it wasn't me. And when I did challenge the police about it on social media, they took their CCTV footage down. So I don't know if they ever did catch the Norwich mountain bike rapist, but it certainly wasn't me. And again, a very interesting story, Lucy Letby, where a lot of people, including top experts, believe that the NHS, directors, managers, consultants, senior doctors, junior doctors, the police and their bogus expert have set Lucy Letby up as the serial killer nurse, and her conviction was totally unsafe, all to cover their backs. Medical malpractice, negligence, the appalling conditions at the antenatal unit or maternity unit. So if she is innocent, then she's just spent 3 years in prison, had her life totally destroyed, and they're all okay with Lucy Letby spending the rest of her life in prison, again all to cover their backs. So it is always a very tough call when there's people in positions of power, authority and influence, and they're the ones setting you up, all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder, certainly not mine. And you really cannot trust the council, the police, doctors with their 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses, forged in hell. More bogus diagnoses than on Jack the Ripper, who they've now identified, apparently, using new DNA technology. Again, all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder, frames and fixer switches, monster lies, bogus diagnosis, and certainly not mine. So again, they will pay to make you disappear. So no Roy Wyan, White Van Man, Christian B, Sandringham serial killer, Black Wizard terrorist, issue, I really don't think so. So sometimes, as always, innocent men do have to run, fly, go, disappear, follow your golden compass, for you do get boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. Certainly will bury you alive down the longest, deepest, darkest, blackest hole, where all the monsters are, but no monster here. One big monster con, one big monster bluff, one very big porky pie serial killer lie. They want everyone to believe it's true, but never the case 39 on all accounts. Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid hosts, red dragons, and certainly one big monster gaff, epic fail. All online for the world to see free, despite many social media accounts being burned down for exposing the truth, the corrupt powers to be. Do not want you to know, do not want you to see. And 7 Facebook accounts burned down since the latest release of the Epstein files, again for exposing the truth, high crimes, murders, monster lies and cover-ups, all now in the public domain across social media and on YouTube, Facebook, complicit in high crimes, covering up high crimes, and certainly not mine. And again, TikTok has been a real classic, over 70 million views on TikTok, 29 TikTok accounts burned down, again for exposing the truth. The proof, the evidence and the facts, freedom of speech and expression, freedom of choice, peaceful protest of innocence. Again in a 22-year catch-22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office. And my 28th TikTok account burned down. It was pouring down with rain, so I did do a video about the rains list that anyone can Google or look up on YouTube. And that is disclosed in the rains list. How people wear claws to claw their victims, human hunting pies. So no Roy Whiten, White Van Man, Christian B, Sandringham serial killer, Black Wizard, terrorist, issue, I really don't think so. No one's got 24 on it. Again, you can see Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde host plainclothes lover, not true detective. That's a very good film split where the lad has 24 split personalities, and the 24th personality is the beast, and the beast is taller. Plenty of hosts for the hungry, bloodthirsty beast in high places. Certainly no host for the beast here. And that is a good crime drama. The Suspect, that's where a doctor psychiatrist is set up for a murder he didn't commit. And he has to go on the run and try and figure out who's setting him up for the murder and who really committed the murder. So you can see Dismason Council, White Lodge, the local mafia, it's the local mob, all their cronies, spies and informers. Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde host plainclothes lover, not true detective for details, Norfolk Bacon SS, Windsor Gestapos, the local Nazis. And also in the crime drama The Suspect, there is a young lad. Number 21 is very special to him, as his dad drove a number 21 bus who was falsely set up as a paedophile. His dad then committed suicide and blew himself up. And again, they will pay to make you disappear. Has been a silver Ford Focus doing the rounds in this recently. Haven't seen it in more recent times. That one's got fun on it, and number 21. So some people do like to play games, have their fun, see if they can set you up to get you boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. So the lad in the crime series, The Suspect, him and his brother, who was a plumber, they took revenge on everyone who had played a part in their dad's demise. But there's no body parts or explosives in the Dismason Council, White Lodge, Rackham's bathroom, Adam Scolden, Peacock Plumbing, again Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde host plainclothes lover, not true detective. And that one is just pulled in there. It's also got 24 on it. So as always, plenty of hosts for the hungry, bloodthirsty beasts in high places. Certainly no host for the beast here. No Sandringham serial killer, Black Wizard terrorist, issue, I really don't think so. No Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station, mountain bike rapist, child 44. Again, Black Wizard terrorist, issue. No Blitz Limey, MPGP cop, ex-wife killer, I really don't think so. And I have heard all their monster lies, so I know exactly how they've set me up. I know who, I know how, I know where, I know when, and I know why. Again, all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder, and certainly not mine.
Accident emergency, do you know what it is?
That's round the other side. The road's blocked round at the moment, so I've just dropped a step off round there. If you walk along there, over there, and then
right.
that's off to the, you'll see it off to the right, yeah? You're welcome, no problem. So you can see King Charles, Count Dracula, Camilla the Omen Nanny, Queen Witch, certainly will make you the Wicker Man, this wicker basket woven together with 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses, and all to cover up their high royal blue crime, New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. And Andrew Tristan Tate have just been arrested in America for alleged crimes that took place the same time as the murder on the Royal Sandringham Estate Killenfields. And the last consultant I spoke to in Norwich, John Keane, we had a good chat for a couple of hours. We went through the 7 mad monster, porcupine, serial killer lies, the 7 Dr. Death SS, silver bullet Hume Kitson, bogus diagnosis. And after 2 hours, John Keane said to me, Johnny, in my experience, which I don't know what his experience was because he didn't elaborate, he said, in my experience, market towns like this, rural communities are the worst for these kind of wicker basket frames, where they weave monster lies for a community to set somebody up. And the Apostle Paul, in the New Testament, he became aware of a conspiracy. And it only takes 2 people to conspire to make a conspiracy. The 40 men had taken a vow they would not eat until the Apostle Paul was dead, watching the city streets, the city gates. So the Apostle Paul had to escape over the wall in the basket. So again, sometimes you do have to run, fly, go, disappear. Follow your golden compass, go over the wall in the basket, for you do end up in this wicker basket. Again, woven together with 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses forged in hell. And we did have the big eclipse a couple of nights ago. And the planets all lining up. And that's a very good film, Apocalypto. You certainly have all been painted blue for the Great Reset, Blood and Fire Sacrifice. And there's, again, no Black Panther, Ritual, serial killer here. And there's a scene in Apocalypto, Mel Gibson, where the man who's called Jaguar has to run for his life being hunted. And has to go over the waterfall to escape. So no Black Panther, Puma, Jaguar, Cougar, no Ritual, serial killer here. Plenty of ritual killers in high places, castles, manor houses. UK's Devil Island, country estates. And I did watch The Ritual Killer recently, Morgan Freeman. That's a good watch. That was all about a witch doctor, ritual serial killer. And quite amusing, the last doctor that I saw at Dislawn's medical health care practice, and certainly no Dislawnmower man here. He was from Africa, and I don't think he's a ritual witch doctor serial killer either. So you can see Parish Fields, not so healthy centre. Dr. Death SS, Silver Bullet Hume, Dr. McCarthy. Dislawn's medical healthcare practice, Dr. Pantasi. And again, Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde host, Plainclothes Lover, Not True Detective. So they all want me boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. But it's all to cover up their high crimes, royal blue murder. certainly not mine. Their frames and fixer switches. One big monster switch. Their monster lies, bogus diagnosis, certainly not mine. Again in their precision engineered black box serial killer frame fix assassination. Africa Dis Norwich and Sandringham. And all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder. And certainly not mine. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. The word that came off the Royal Sandringham estate, Killenfields, loud and clear.